Okay.
Hey everybody, it's Ranking the Tracks. It's Wednesday night. It's a live edition of Two Legs. Tom Hunyadi here, joined by my partner in crime once again, Andy Nichols. Andy, what's going on, my friend?
We have finally reached the post 2000s, early
Right?
2000s period of ranking the tracks, and 20 some odd weeks has gone by, and man,
Can you believe that? 20 weeks that we've been at this.
yeah. Already there's Oliver and Hudson. Hi
Hey,
guys.
too faithful.
Yeah, on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, indeed.
How
Yes, indeed.
you guys doing? Good to see you guys.
Yeah, thanks for popping on. I want to just make sure the chat's working, which it
Yeah.
is, and get it moved over so we can see what we're doing.
Well, I mean, you can still like it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with liking it. I mean, just because you don't love the album anymore doesn't mean anything. I mean, I played this. I mean, we'll talk about this in a few minutes. But Oliver, when you starting your podcast, buddy,
Yeah.
you're someone even younger than Hudson.
Yeah, these guys weren't even born when this album came out,
Right?
which is scary.
Exactly.
Which is scary. Tom
Two
Brennan.
songs. Okay, Tom, how you doing, buddy? Hi.
Yeah, ranking the tracks of good old Driving Rain, or as our friend Joe Mayo says, Thriving Pain.
Right.
Thriving Pain. And
oh well. Anyways, yeah. So this album, we were talking before we went live. We were both really excited about this. I mean, new McCartney album in the new millennium.
First album after Linda. It was the anticipation back then in 2001 was so great for this record. New McCartney record. And then of course 9/11 happened. So, that's 9/11 is a really parallel context with this album. Then we're going to get to that with Freedom and everything. But,
right.
It's 2001. So it has that kind of, and maybe that's why it has that little history,
Right.
Do you remember when he went on Larry King? Do you remember?
Heather was on with him, wasn't it?
He went on Larry King and he actually showed how that little brand new watch he got that took the picture of everything.
Yep.
Yeah, because Larry King is actually on the back.
He's on the cover. Yeah, exactly.
He's on the cover. Yeah. So,
hello, Chase. Thanks for being here.
Hello. Yeah. You were born in 07. Yeah. So you're a younger fan. And that's Tom and I were talking. It's an album that, given the work that McCartney put out after this record, it was going to be hard pressed to stand up to, because the albums were so much. It was chaos. Memory Almost Full, new. Right. So those are fantastic albums. And Driving Rain, I'm sure, has its fans. Yes. But it seems to be the one that really does, in the last 20 years, takes the biggest.
Right. I mean, of all the albums from the last 20 years, this is the one where people consider the least favorite of the bunch, I would say.
And I think that's just academics, because the other ones were so good.
Mm-hmm.
If the other ones were not that good, I mean, Chaos was commercially and critically great. So was Memory Almost Full. So was New. So if one of those albums was a real big dud, or maybe Driving Rain, keeps its luster.
Well, let's talk about. We got 16 songs here. It's supposed to be 15. We ended up with 16.
Yeah.
Because he had to put the Freedom on the album. Tony, good to see you. Susan, how you doing? Good to see you guys.
Yeah. Well, Oliver, it was a horrible time, but it probably was already scheduled to be released.
Yeah, I mean, it was already scheduled to be released,
and it came out in November of 2001. Oliver.
After being delayed.
Correct.
Because of the song Freedom.
Right, but it didn't come out until November 2001. So
right.
So it did. There was a couple, and that was that's why it was Freedom delayed it a little bit. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Daytripper, good to see you, Tony. Yeah, Ken Michaels has this strange power of convincing people that something that you don't care for is actually kind of good. But that I think that's a good thing. But you know what? I played this album so much that first month that I kind of wore on me a little bit. I kind of should have. Yeah. But ever since then, I was kind of like, I'll play it for like a week and then put it away, and then play it a month later. And I don't just get overexposed with it like I did with that album. So learn my lesson. Serge, good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Even grabbed I grabbed the vinyl of this at the time when it came out as well.
You did?
Yep, I bought it in New
Wow.
York and right around late 2001, early 2002. I think it was like $30. So I grabbed
Right,
it.
because double album.
Double album, pocket, no gatefold.
Oh, really?
It's,
Okay.
it's not a gatefold. It's just a
Okay.
pocket with 2 LPs in it.
Okay.
Yeah, and that now again incredibly hard to find.
Right. Yeah, I mean, going well over $200.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
ever bid on one or no?
No, no, no. I mean, I'm perfectly fine if I just wait for the for
A
a
reissue?
reissue. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at 20 years now. I mean, somebody could have owned it for 20 years and just, the wear and tear on it. I mean, I really don't want to buy a record that has wear and
That
tear.
has that much wear and tear.
Wear and
on
tear,
it.
yeah, 20 years really,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, what's going on from me to you? It's a really good album, loads of good tracks.
Tom Brennan says, I still don't like spinning on an axis no matter how many times Ken says it's good. Yeah.
No, I hear you. I hear you. What about the 16 tracks? I mean, was that like too much, or what do you think?
I think in hindsight, yeah, could have done a little bit of trimming.
Right. But if those 16 tracks were great, then we'd be going, oh my God, this is, 16 tracks. Why can't all of them, be so heavy with tracks?
Yeah, I do have to say though, this is my least favorite Paul McCartney album. It is
of all time.
Of all time.
Wow.
Is it yours?
No, no.
What is yours?
Actually, lately, it's become Pipe's Peace. Yeah.
So
lately.
Lately. Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It doesn't, it just doesn't have, I don't think it has that one, even though I love So Bad a lot and I love The Other Me, and and the big ballad on there. What is it? What's the big ballad on that one? Through Our Love. Yeah. It doesn't have that big standout track, like a
Wanderlust,
like a Wanderlust or No More Lonely Nights. And Broad Street's not my favorite record by any means either.
Because it's half a cover record.
Right. But it has the strength of No More Lonely Nights on it. So.
Sure. Of course. Of course.
Through Our Love. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
So, but really excited that this album came out.
Yeah, it was just because it was the first album after Linda passed away. And I remember the hype machine back then was pretty big for this one. In fact, they even, to boost sales, they ended up re-releasing the album with that slip cover of him.
Right.
Guitar.
Yes.
This cover was just so, it should be in a museum, right? It's so wonderful cover of him in the bathroom. Come on. Really?
I mean, and it got good reviews too. I mean, this album got favorable reviews.
Critically, but I don't think it fared too well. I think it went to 20. What did it go to? It was in 21 on the charts, something like that.
Yeah.
But having said that, with every Paul album, there's gems on it, and we're gonna get to that. I mean, even though it's my least favorite, there's some really strong songs on it that I really feel about.
Right. Yeah. 2 LPs for this album, Tony, because I mean the album was 60 minutes long. So you're not going to get. I should
have grabbed it before we went on just to show people if they've never seen it. That's all right. 2 LPs, and it's a long. I remember at the time, if you went to Paul's website, which back then was just mplcommunications.com.
Okay.
They would play you when this song came out. You could stream From a Lover to a Friend through his website.
Oh, really?
And just listen to it that way.
Okay.
Andy, if this is your least favorite, I can't wait to hear your rankings. The promo was so little here.
Huh.
I know. Hudson says he looks drunk. No, he's actually just going to the bathroom.
Yeah. It's that Austin Powers moment when he gets unfrozen and he's just sitting there going to the bathroom. Just like, oh.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I guess we can get going in the ranking.
And this record also features the very talented Gabe Dixon, who we had on here a few months ago.
Very true. I mean, we had the first appearance of Rusty and Abe as well. That became, band members for the most part for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So
is it my turn this week? Or yours?
It's odd. I think you're odd. Yeah. You start with odds.
Yeah, I'm odds. Yeah, and I am. So I'll go first.
Okay.
16 for me is Spinning on an Axis.
Oh
God,
wow.
that song
Yeah.
is awful. So I forget somebody else in the comments said that they didn't like that song either. God, I can't stand that song. Oh, world spinning round us. Oh
To
God.
the next revolution.
Oh, terrible, terrible song. There, Joe. He's not watching, but if you're not watching in TV land, there, Joe. I said it's terrible. Okay. Yes, I do not like Spinning on an Axis, so that's 16 for me.
Okay. My 16 will be the reason why it got postponed. Freedom. Just nice. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Clapton is the only saving grace for this song. I mean, he gives it a nice guitar solo at the end, but Freedom is just. I mean, the lyrics are just terrible. He should have just he would have been remembered just for the concert alone. You know what I mean? I think the song
Right.
is so bad that it kind of lessens his appearance on that show or on that concert.
It really, and I honestly, the Who stole the show that concert.
Oh
Not,
well, I
not,
mean they're used to
not
that,
Paul. I mean, but
Rock and Roll Circus. Right?
Paul chooses to play "From a Lover to a Friend," a song nobody knows at the concert.
Right.
City. Come on, that's that was not a wise decision.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm sure he knew he was going out on tour, so he wanted to test.
But then he didn't even play that song on tour. So come on.
True.
Yeah, but again, that's a case with Freedom where the intention's great, but the good, nice intention, but just a bad song.
Agreed.
And that's why it's my 15.
Okay.
For all those reasons why you said that. Clapton, the only saving grace on it, for sure. And then again, the whole album gets delayed for that one extra track. Then he just re-recorded it. Again on this. You thought you were because that was the version on here is just a crowd noise from New York City, but then a re-recording of the song, which is clearly, David Bowie stole the show. Well, he was good too, but do you watch it again there, Oliver? The Who stole the show at the concert in New York City, and that's a universal agreed opinion.
Music lover says he likes Freedom, so I mean that's fine. If it's got its fans, it's great.
So that was Freedom's my 15. What's your?
Okay, all right. My 15 is Back in the Sunshine again. It's I mean it's not a highlight for me at all. I think this one goes on maybe a bit too long as well. Yeah. I do like the opening bit. Here we are, Back in the Sunshine. I like that. I like his singing on this song, but that's about it.
Oh, you don't like that little screeching towards the end? No more worries. You don't like that?
It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, I mean, there's times where I do like when he does things like that, but I just think the lyrics are like just very uneventful to me. And this one, so yeah, this one does nothing for me.
Okay. 14 for me. This might be unpopular because I know it has its fans. Rinse the Raindrops is 14. Too long. And I like when Paul's experimental because I love stuff like Secret Friend.
Right.
I don't think that's too long. So it's not a thing about long songs. I just think this is where this album gets padded out a little too much. Rinse the Raindrops. It's got a nice little groove in it at the beginning. Dun, 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 dun. I know that's that evolved from a jam.
Right.
And I think Gabe talked about it with us. I think it's too long. It's too long. And if that song was 2 or 3 minutes, maybe, but it's 10 minutes, and it just no bueno for me.
Okay, well, you're not gonna like where I have it then. 14.
You're not gonna like where I have Back in the Sunshine.
Yeah, well, that's fine. 14 for me is like I feel like I should like this song, and I just don't yet. And it sucks because it's a rocker as well, and that's About You, and it's it's perfect length, 2 minutes 45 seconds. But just gonna say it about you. I mean, it just lyrically, I don't think it's anything special, and so that loses points in my opinion. But you give me power to get out of bed. Okay, great.
You should.
When in the morning I'm feeling dead.
Right. No, it's I'm with you on that, but it's a song that you would think it has all the it's a classic rocker. It should be good, right. But it's just there's nothing really going there, and that's brother why That is my 13. About You is my 13 for all
Right.
those same reasons. It's a
Yeah.
song that you want to like, you just can't. And
Right.
I totally agree with you.
Mm.
I know that Rusty said if you look in the Driving Rain tour book, every band member gets asked what their favorite song on the album is.
Hmm.
Rusty said this was his favorite song on the album.
Really?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So clearly, he dug it. But again, it's too impromptu, too jammy, and yeah, gonna say it about you.
Yeah.
We're playing Play It or Skip It. Skip it.
Right. 13. This is spinning on an axis for me.
Okay.
Here, I mean, at 5 minutes 16 seconds. This one is just a little too long for me. Spinning on an axis. I like the world spinning around to the next revolution. That part is fine. But then when it gets really going into the song, I want to watch the sun go down. Almost feels like he's trying to rap a little bit.
Yes.
So,
Yes. That's a great point.
and now I know I'm gonna, come back tomorrow. Ain't no reason it has to do that. It's the season of the culture, culture bat.
Time out.
Right.
Time out.
Right.
Leave that crap to the rappers, not you.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. So spinning on the axis is 13. Yeah.
Okay. 12 for me is She's Given Up Talking.
Oh.
It's okay. But that whole don't say a word thing it grates on me a little bit.
Okay.
I do like some of the lyrics though. You see her on a playground looking on her
Right.
own. Everybody wonders why she's all alone. I like that wordplay.
Mm-hmm.
But that whole don't say a word bit that goes on and on and on really drags that down for me.
Okay.
Don't say a word. Don't say
Okay.
a word. Don't say a word then. How about say nothing? How about not write that song? So yeah, it's some of these songs just haven't aged well in the era of so much other great McCartney music. If Paul had only done one more album after this, maybe we evaluate these tracks differently.
Mm-hmm.
So
possibly,
so it's just it gets forgotten with all the great stuff that he's done since then. So
yeah,
that's 12.
Okay, 12 for me is is Heather.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is it because of the lyrics?
Yeah, the lyrics are silly.
Because you can't tell me you don't like the melody. I know you do.
Oh, melody is beautiful.
I know you do.
And I would have been so happy if he just didn't give us any lyrics on this song at all. I'm going to fly to the moon. Okay. Checking out of space. I mean, it's just really silly. Find me a suitable plot and build myself a place. I do like, there I will stay for a year and a day until the cares of my life blow away. But it's either you don't make it a lyrical song or you do make it a lyrical song. You know what I mean? It's like if all you got is a verse to it, then scratch it.
Just leave it an instrumental.
Just leave it an instrumental. However, do keep that, the whisper of Heather at the end. I do like that.
That was very appropriate considering how that relationship was going to pan out.
Right.
Heather, go away. Maybe end the song that way.
Yeah, so Heather's my 12.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, we're gonna be flip-flopping all over the place with this one, but that's good.
I feel like it should be higher. I do. You know what I mean?
The melody is the worst part of this song of Heather. Oliver.
Oh man, no.
Oliver, you got to listen to that song again, pal. I know you're a young fan, but man, no, that's classic McCartney melody writing.
Right, exactly.
At its finest. And even though we might not like the lyrical content of the song, you can't deny that song's melody.
Right.
It's terrible lyrics, but it's a great melody. 11 for me is All the World's a Tiny Bubble. Yeah, although I get the song that Gabe Dixon told us about and he played on.
Yeah,
nice organ on it. But it's just a little too nonsensy for me, well, oh yeah. That song just never. It's okay. I liked it a lot more back in the day when the album first came out. I was like, oh, this is poppy. But then I actually ended up appreciated some other tracks on this album, which I've ranked higher now thanks to meeting people in our little podcast circle, which I'll get to later.
Okay.
20 years ago, I would have had Tiny Bubble in my top 5, but not now.
Interesting.
Not now.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. 11 for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go for a drive.
6, 7, 8, 9,
7, 8, 9, 10.
10.
Let's go
Let's
there and
go
back
there and back
again.
again.
Yeah, I mean it's a nice hook. I mean it's like musically it's nice again. I like it for the music, but I just don't like necessarily like it for the lyrics. Nothing wrong, it's just insane. Nothing's right until you're back again. It's just a so-so song to me.
Yeah.
Just so-so.
These are the kind of songs, and it's my number 10. So there we go again. It lines up. It lines up again for us.
Right.
These are the songs that people love to criticize McCartney for.
Right.
2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go for a drive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, terrible lyrics, but it's the driving rain. It kind of has that nice little fade out at the end. Yeah, but other than that, it's kind of lazy and it's just a weaker track. It's a weaker track. It's not great.
Right.
No,
but it is kind of catchy in a way musically. I think it's fine musically, but again, lyrically, it's just
yeah. It is. It really is. It was much better live. Yeah, and when I saw this tour in New York in April of 2002, so
see, and I can see that. I can definitely see this song being better live than on the record.
And it was.
Right.
And it certainly was. It was live.
Yeah, and then Mo comes up with a good point. Altogether not classic though, but is it? I mean, I don't think people consider Altogether Now in the the top echelon
of Beatles songs.
Beatles songs, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's well known, yeah, but I don't think people put that in there in the top half of great Beatles songs like "Hey Jude" or like "Day in the Life." You know what I mean?
It's better than "Driving Rain."
Right. Well, true. Yeah.
I'd rather learn to count from Altogether Now, said Brad.
Right. Too funny. Too funny.
Okay.
So you just did your 10 then, right?
Yep. So you're doing your 10.
All right. My 10 is She's Given Up Talking, which I do like a little bit better than you. I do like and When She Comes Home Again, it's yappa yap yap. I love the lyric. Words are flowing freely like a water from a tap. Love that line.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can see where you're talking about with the lyrics. Then it's kind of silly,
repetitive.
A little bit repetitive, right? Yeah, exactly. But I dig this one, and there's a really cool. I think there's a really cool guitar solo on this song. I love the way Rusty's guitar solo sounds on this track, and I think that's one of the best parts about that song is the. Is the guitar solo,
of course, which we can both agree there's not enough of in McCartney solo songs.
Oh, correct. There's never enough guitar solos in McCartney songs.
No, and this
for whatever reason,
he never really embellishes all out on them.
Yeah, She's Given Up Talking. Yeah, with that part at the end where it's kind of repeating at the end, yeah, you don't need that. I mean, it's almost 5 minutes long. You probably could have cut, 30 seconds, a minute, from this.
Ed Crawford says She's Given Up Talking should have been instrumental. That would have been interesting to hear too, because it is such a music. It is all over the place with the solo, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
He should have given up talking and singing by this point in the album. Oliver. Yeah, a lot of.
And it's only the fourth song on the track.
I know, and it's only the fourth song on the track, and yeah. A lot of love in the comments for Magic, though. A lot of people seem to have Magic rated as a higher track.
Yes,
which which is
and
cool.
This is fine. I mean, I know people understand and appreciate what he's singing about in that song. So I mean,
and we're going to get to that.
Right.
All right. So now number 9 for me is the album opener with the bass, "Lonely Road."
Okay.
Boom, boom,
interesting.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. We're in the top 10 now, so we're entering that echelon of the songs that we like a lot more than 16 tracks. So if it's in the top 10, it's good, and then they're going to get better. Susan had it as She's Given Up Talking as her 16th.
Wow.
Okay. Susan doesn't like this album. She told us on Facebook today. She don't like it.
Well,
Susan,
I mean, we got quite a few of those comments saying people, either they haven't listened to it in a long time, or they just
haven't even listened to it.
Yeah, or they never liked it, and it's just hard for them to rank just because the songs they don't like the songs. Which is fine. It's understandable.
Yeah, very understandable. Yeah, this isn't an album you could go skipping down the park to and listening to it. It's not. It's a dark record.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
It's a darker record in spots. There's some really
Right.
bright moments on it as we're gonna get to it. But all right, so that was Lonely Road is my 9. Great playing, and again, this was better live than on the album. This was seeing this song performed live was awesome.
Okay.
But I just didn't. I'm not really a huge fan of it on this album. Bass is way up on it, but he does deliver a hell of a vocal on it.
Right.
I want to look that and cool video as well too.
Right, Lonely Road.
Yeah, good video for this as well. So, yeah, and the lyrics are very interesting. I tried to get over you.
You're right. Exactly.
First line of the song.
First line. Yes.
First line of the album.
Yeah.
So, play armchair psychiatrist, what's he talking about there, Interesting. But yeah, a good little rocker, but nothing special for me.
Okay.
At 9.
Got you. For me at 9 is I Do. If you only knew how much it meant to me, you understand. Yeah, I mean, I do like this. However, I used to like it a lot. So it's kind of sunk down in the list a little bit for me. If we did this 20 years ago, this would probably be in my top 5. And I love that days go by so quickly when you're having fun,
Yep.
But life is never easy, even in the sun, so there's some bits I like in here, but and plus, just under 3 minutes. I mean, it's perfect length of a song, you know what I mean? But musically, I like this one lyrically than I do musically on this one.
You like this one musically better than lyrically?
No, lyrically I like it. I like it better.
Oh, you like it lyrically?
Yeah, better than musically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Brad Purnell, very good comment. I would have liked to have Vanilla Sky on this album. That would have made this album a little bit better because I think that Vanilla Sky is a great track.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't maybe you don't like. Maybe not. I just love. Seeing him do that on the Oscars was awesome. I just loved that.
I like that he's kept all of his soundtrack songs off of albums.
Good point.
I like that, because there's some people that will put their soundtrack songs on the album. There's a bunch of people. I know Madonna put the Austin Powers song on one of her albums. And it's been done. Been done several times.
Where is the Paul McCartney soundtrack album of all his songs that have been in movies? Where is that?
And the ones that should have been in movies.
Yeah, right. Where is that record? Come on. That one needs to be out.
Right.
Because there's so many.
Yes. Yep.
But so you had I Do at number 9, huh?
At number 9, yeah.
Okay. I thought you would have had that one a little bit higher. Okay.
Yeah.
8 for me is the leadoff single from A Lover to a Friend. Again, 20 years ago, probably my 1 or 2.
Okay.
But it's somebody had said in the comments it was very dirge-like. It is dirge-like. And again, it has that kind of atmospheric opening, and then it's just boom. When the time comes around, we'll be duty bound to the truth we've seen. I don't know it. And I usually love Paul piano ballads. This is one that's tough.
Yeah.
This is one that's tough for me. Although there are some really good remixes of it that were done on one of these singles. Where the hell is it? Yeah. There's like David Kahn remixed this a few times.
Yes, he did. True.
And the remixes of this song are way better than the actual song. I will say that. So if you can find the From a Lover to a Friend remix,
got that one. Yep.
Yeah, the remixes are fantastic.
Yeah. Cool.
And I enjoy that better. But again, it was the first single, so it was on his website, and he played it in New York City, but it doesn't really do much for me.
Gotcha. That's your 8?
8.
Okay. Before I do I just want to give my cousin Jeff Gracie a shout out. How you doing, Jeff? Good to see you here.
Hey, Jeff.
Appreciate it. And so my 8 is again, this one should have been. I think if we did this one 20 years ago, I think this one would have been higher, and that's Magic. we talk about the night he met Linda, or
Yep.
and was it the bag of nails or
The
something
bag
like
of
that?
nails.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And I think again, I like this one lyrically better than I do musically. I'm not a big fan of the music on this one, but I like the way he sings it. I liked his approach on this vocally, and it's just more somber than it is like happy memories
Yes.
in a way.
But
You know what
much
I
more
mean?
somber. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Looking back at it, I wish it was maybe. I don't know if this would have been better if it was more of a happy song, because that's the night he met his love of his life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It's definitely got that mournful
right,
soul to it.
right, yeah,
Because a few minutes later you would have been out that door. It's very reflective.
right.
It's very
Exactly, and I like that part of it. A few minutes later, you'd have been out that door, and not been lonely forevermore, forevermore. So yeah, I
right.
mean, definitely good point there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, Ali, we know it didn't come out exactly 20 years ago. We're approximating here. It was
Right,
released in November of 2001, and
right.
it's now April of 2021. So we're approximating. That's all. We know it wasn't released exactly
Don't
20
have to
years
be
ago.
so specific all the time. I get it.
Madon and me. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but that's a very good analysis there, partner. I
Yeah.
like I never thought of it that way until you mentioned it. So that was cool. And that actually is my 7.
Oh wow, interesting.
Magic is my 7. The Magic's
Okay.
my 7, and all for the same reasons you said.
Yeah.
Magic has horrible production. I don't agree with
So,
that.
well, you know what? I do know that people do complain about the production on this, where especially like the beginning of songs, where you hear like weird sound effects, going on, like before the song "Driving Rain," you hear this,
Dun, 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 dun.
you just
Yeah, then
real
into it,
sound
which is
effects,
weird.
right?
Yeah, Tiny Bubble has that kind of crap going on in the beginning
Yeah,
of
and
it.
then from a lover to a friend, you got la la la,
And then into it, so
yeah.
it is a little. It's for those reasons. It's not your typical McCartney album.
Right, and I think a lot of that comes from David Kahn's production. So,
But he clearly liked him because he went back
right,
to him.
right.
He knocked heads there with freaking Nigel Godrich, who told him, "Hey, look, man,
Right.
these songs suck. Get them better." And he ended up making a classic.
Right.
So and then he went back to the Yes Man from Memory
Yes,
Almost
man,
Full.
David Kahn.
So I mean, come on.
All right, so you're 7 again.
Magic, yeah. Oh, for all the reasons you said, Nothing But Memories. Burning So Bright. You can really listen. You can hear that song and listen to. You can hear the pain in his voice when you listen to that song. And that was from the minute I heard that song, I knew what that song was about.
Right. Yeah.
You just knew. You knew that was about Linda, and it was the song. There's shades of him talking about Linda all over this album, from A Lover to a Friend, Lonely Road, Magic. So they're all in there, but Magic is the clear one that I think is, if he was ever going to come close to a Here Today type of moment on an album for his wife, I think Magic is it.
Magic is it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Right on. Okay, my 7 is From a Lover to a Friend. This is I once considered this one of McCartney's best ballads.
We both felt that way.
Yeah, and it's kind of lost some of its luster over the years, but man, the "Let Me Love Again" part, when he sings that line, I just really gets to me. And it's it's just effective. I think the way he presents the song or sings the song, I think, is really moving. And I really like it a lot. I think his piano playing on this one is really good. Just under 4 minutes, so it's not over long. I think it ends well, but From a Lover to a Friend, I think is really good.
Yes. Hello, Jeffrey. Somebody's saying to say hello, Jeff. So hi, Jeff. Tony says, type all your caps and hello and see. Well, hi, Jeff. We said hello.
We'll say hi no matter if it's capitalized or not.
Yeah. Serge, there's no real great song on this album. Fair.
Okay.
Fair. And I can, there's not one. Was there anything on this off of this album off of Pure McCartney?
No, there was no songs on Pure McCartney from Driving Rain.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
6 for me is Your Way, a little country,
Yeah.
the kind of little country western feel song, which
Mm.
I always thought of could have been a little bit like a Wildlife sounding
Yeah,
song.
absolutely.
You
Yep.
know, it's got that kind of country twang that opens it up.
Yeah.
Again, starts out low,
Yeah.
goes high with the falsetto.
Yep.
I like it, and then
Mm.
and you hear reference of another album. Like Venus soaring on its way to
Yep.
Mars.
Mars. Yep. Very true. Very true.
Simple song, and a real highlight on the album for me. Your Way. I've always
Right.
enjoyed Your Way quite a bit for those reasons, because when all this other dense production going on, you've got a nice little simple, kind of laid back country and western type
Yep.
thing that he did there. So that's why I love Your Way.
Yeah, good, excellent. I love it. Let's see, hold on here. Oh yeah, Brad, Tim Allen. Even Star Wars Holiday Special had the animated Boba Fett. Good point. I remember watching that way back in what was it?
Holiday special.
Yeah,
Yeah,
78 or 79.
78.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
is it on Disney Plus now? Did they put it on there?
I don't think it was part of the Disney. I don't think it was part of the Disney purchase. I don't know if Lucas put that in with the whole
sale.
Star Wars canon. And why would you? I mean, it's you try to go back and watch it now, and it's just ugh.
It's on YouTube, but
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
Six.
where are we? Six.
For
You think
you.
you're six? All right, my six for me is Lonely Road. Again, I like this one. Start getting the songs that I really, really like, and I liked the boom boom. I like the bass playing that opens the song, and you said right off the bat, the first line, tried to get over you, tried to find something new, but all I could ever do was fill my time with thoughts of you. I mean, powerful stuff, and you knew right away that Linda was still on his mind on this album,
Yep.
and rightfully so. You spend all those years with somebody, you're still going to draw inspiration from their relationship, even though the person's not with you anymore, unfortunately.
Of course. Yeah.
But you can definitely again, his vocal approach on this is again, is very moving, very somber again, yeah, I really dig this one a lot. Yeah.
Kind of goes out there towards the end, screaming, letting it loose.
Right.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Yep. Exactly.
Typical, but a good album opener too with those bass.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. So that's your six.
Yep.
All right, we're cracking into the top five now for me.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, and my five is number five for me is Back in the Sunshine Again. Again, 15, 20 years ago, I would have had this song way down. Something about this song, I really dig the heaviness of this song. Again, to me, I kind of look at it. I look at it subliminally. Is it more of him trying to get over Linda's passing? We're back in the sunshine again. No more worries, no more pain. I like the bridge. Life's too short to send and all that. I like all that bit. A lot of great guitar work on it. I've always enjoyed Back in the Sunshine Again. Obviously, I liked it a little bit more than you. But I've always just dug it. It's because it's just, here we are back in the sunshine again. And then the way it ends, we're back in the sunshine again. Boom.
Right.
Over. Yeah. Again, and an album that's kind of forgettable. That's one that I frequently come back to when I play it.
Right. Cool. Five for me. My top five starts with Your Loving Flame. I love the opening line. How can I hope to reach your love? Help me to discover what it is you're thinking of. I love that line. Love the way it starts. I love the piano playing. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he do this on TV with Gilmore doing guitar on it?
Parkinson. Yes,
Parkinson's. That's correct. He
did it. He did it on Parky before, and actually back then the song was known as "Chase the Blues Away."
Yeah.
It wasn't even called Your Loving Flame then.
Right. Because that was like, what, 99, 2000?
99.
Yeah.
99.
When he performed the song. Right.
So that's when this song goes back to.
Right.
And that's a good point. I remember watching the Parkinson show.
Right.
Then and going, that's a new ballad. That's going to be that's a new ballad. I don't know what it's called, but it's damn good.
And you got Gilmore in the background just sitting there, and then all of a sudden he just starts playing, and it's
just sitting down. Gilmore doing a little slide thing, just like he's always done on McCartney songs.
Right. So that being said, then you think that he's going to do the solo on the album, which I don't think he does.
No,
it's just Rusty.
It's Rusty recreating it. So Your Loving Flame again. Great song live. Played this was one. I think
Hmm.
somebody mentioned in the comments he played 5 songs of this album live, which was "Loving Flame," "Driving Rain,"
Right.
"Lover to "Lonely Road," "Freedom."
Right.
I think that was it because he didn't play
Mhm.
"From a Lover to a Friend" live
Okay.
um,
Okay.
on the tour. On the tour, that is.
Right.
So yeah. So you had that as your 5.
That was my 5, my friend.
Yeah. Did you like it? Did you have this ranked a little higher and it was seated over time or no?
No, it's always been my top 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Number 4 for me is "I Do."
Mm.
Where was that for you?
I
9 ish?
do was 9.
No, I thought it was 9. Yeah. Almost reminds me of a Wings song with the
Uh,
production of it. The
yeah.
strings, good strings on it. Days go by so quickly when you're
Right.
having fun. Again, more falsetto. Please remember this after a
Right.
time is so, and nevermore. Kind of all that kind of, all that kind of orchestral work on this song has the hallmarks of a Beatles slash Wings type song. So I've always enjoyed "I Do" for those reasons.
Hmm.
Yep.
Cool. All right. 4 for me is oh yeah, Tiny Bubble. If you're part of my love,
Wow.
yes,
Wow, that's cool. All
love me
right.
some Tiny Bubble.
I like it. Tiny,
Yeah.
not the original, not the old '50s song.
No, no, no. But I love it. It's poppy to me. It's one of the more poppy songs, on this album, and I dig it. I listen. If you can't imagine what you're going through, I mean, I wouldn't
Wish another
wish
soul
it
much
so as
less.
much as it's you.
I
Yeah,
get
you know.
more. Let's look into the lyrics here a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. If you're part of my love, don't leave home tonight. While we're sleeping, we can learn to see that all the world's a tiny bubble. I really like that part. And I like the chorus. I like the verses. So this song really works for me as a whole, lyrically and musically. So this is one of the more complete songs on the album for me.
It's musically very adventurous of a
Yeah,
song.
exactly. And then Gabe is going crazy on the organ there. I mean, just
This is
playing.
probably this is
You
probably
know,
where we hear Gabe the best on this whole
yeah,
album.
one
Is
of the best. Yes. Yep. Yep. That and another one coming up. Yeah.
indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. Oh, so that was your 4.
That was my 4, my friend. Yeah.
All right, top 3. Number 3 for me, and I have to give a shout out to a very, very good friend, dear friend of the show, Dylan Seavey, for this one
Mm.
because he turned me on to the greatness that this song is. And until I had that conversation with him, I never gave 2 craps about this song. I listened to it once or twice, and I was like, "What crap is this?" And I spoke to Dylan one day about it, and he's like, "Andy, listen to Riding to Jaipur again differently,
Right.
and again, and you'll and now I love it. I
Mm.
love Riding to Jaipur. I think it's a great, it's a trance. Okay,
Right.
it's got the Indian stuff going on to it.
Yep.
Lyrically, it's not a whole lot, but again, I like this
No.
musically for what it.
Yes.
The music part of this song is fantastic.
Yes.
It is fantastic, and I'm not sure where you have it. I know it's in your top 3. I don't know where.
Right.
But Riding to Jaipur again, lyrically not much, but all the Indian instruments that are in it make that song a real different song in the McCartney catalog that stand out to me, and I
Mm.
enjoy it quite a bit.
Cool.
So,
Right
top
on.
3.
I love it. Yeah, that's great. Sometimes you do have to look at something differently in order
I
to
look
appreciate
like
it. And then when
looking,
it hits you like a ton of bricks.
so talking to Dylan, I see it through his eyes, and I'm like, I know what he's talking about. That's
Right.
why. That's why now I get what he's saying. So,
Right.
thank you there, Maestro.
Very good. So where were 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my 3 is the almost album closer, Rinse the Raindrops, the 10-minute rocker, and yeah, again, you just don't get these mega rockers all the time from Paul. This really crunchy rockers. However, again, no guitar solo anywhere to be found. It's just riffing, throughout the album. Again, simple lyrics, but for me, it's just something that just gets me going. It's like a strong cup of espresso. You know what I mean? It's just something that just gives you this burst of energy every time I listen to Rinse the Raindrops. And it also has one of the best screams ever recorded from McCartney on an album, in my opinion. That he does there at towards the end of the song is just, I think, fantastic.
True.
I mean, I know it's like, Gabe talked about this being like a half-hour jam, and they brought it down to
10
to
minutes.
10 minutes, but I think it's a very good, entertaining 10 minutes that I don't lose any interest.
Never?
So
You don't, huh?
no, not at all.
All right.
No.
So in the almost 20 years that this album's come out, I might have listened to that song in duration maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put the Tom Hunyadi ears on after we're done, and I'm gonna listen to it and see if I can, if I change
Never once have I skipped this track or
no
fast forward it. Yeah, at any part of the song. Yeah.
really,
Yes.
because what how does it feel? Well, see, yeah. So it follows. So it would have been the album closer. It would have
Correct.
closed. It would have
It
been
would
the
have
album.
closed the album.
In fact, because on the booklet, the Freedom's not on it, obviously.
Correct.
So
Correct.
you're looking at this. So it would have been the album closer properly.
Right.
I'm gonna give it the old college try and listen to it again and try with a fresh approach and see because again I probably haven't listened to it in years. So, but hearing you rank it where it is, I'm intrigued. So
Okay.
that's your 3.
That's my 3. Yeah.
All right, number 2 for me. Tom has already ranked this quite low, so is for me is the song Heather.
Okay.
That's Paul McCartney writing melodic. Again, forget the lyrics. We know the lyrics are crap. Okay, they are. Okay, they're not that much. And as Tom said, you probably could have just not said anything, and it would have been great.
Right.
I agree with him. But this is like McCartney. This melody on Heather. The story legend has it he was playing it, and Heather thought it was a Beatles song. Why?
Right.
Because it has those qualities.
Correct.
This kind of melody would not be out of place on Abbey Road. It would not. And then he's got the oohing and the eyeing through it,
Yes.
and he scant vocals in the background. I think all that is fantastic. So for me, and then you got the great guitar playing from Rusty. Dun, dun, dun.
Right.
So I think Heather is, and I know Susan's got that ranked up pretty high as well. I'm not sure where it was, but I knew she did. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm on the same page with my pal Susan again. I've always enjoyed Heather, except for the lyrics.
Yeah.
And it's one of the strongest melodies he's ever written. So it's why it's 2.
Right. And it's funny because even if it wasn't, let's say if he presented this song during the Wings era, obviously we're not going to call it Heather, but can you imagine like the Denny Linda backing vocals on that melody? Wow. Oh, forget it.
Yeah. You put the Wings sound on this song?
Yeah.
Are you the only one that can't stand Heather? I don't know. Take a poll, Oliver. I know it has its fans.
Right.
It has its detractors, but I've always enjoyed it.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, Heather's my 2. So y'all know what my 1 is.
Yeah. 2 for me is Riding into Jaipur. I've always loved this track. It's the melody I just love. I love the Indian sounding instruments on here. I think he does a guitar on it and makes it sound like it's kind of like a sitarish, in a way. You got some stuff that and you got stuff that sounds like a tabla, going on in the background too. And then it was so cool having when Gabe started playing a little bit of this on the piano, during our interview with him. It was so cool because this is another song that you hear a lot of Gabe on the song. So yeah, melody wise, it's lyrically again like Heather, you can scratch the lyrics. The lyrics are just whatever. It's more of a mantra than anything. But yeah, melody it's perfect. I love the ding 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 ding, and I like the do 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 do. Yeah, it just gets me. I listened to it like 3 or 4 times today.
Did you?
Yeah, because I was playing the album, at work, and then this song comes on, it ends, and just hit the playback and play back. Baby, yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
I like that.
And the vocal effects on that part.
The With My Baby stuff looped is really cool.
Yes.
That I do like.
Yeah.
and you hear it's kind of phasing, that's like phasing effect,
Yes. Yep.
which is cool. Again, and that's why we revisit these albums because,
Right.
we talk to people, we interview people, we converse with people, and, a song that you might have cast off for decades, somebody loves, and you say, oh, I'll give that another chance. And I did. And
Right.
we'd done this show a year ago. I don't even think I would have had Riding Through Jaipur in the top
Yeah. It says
anywhere.
it says Rusty played tempura, then overdubbed Gibson electric 12-string guitar. You got Abe doing some African drum samples on here as well. So
Sure.
So yeah, I mean it's just you don't hear this kind of stuff from Paul a lot, and then when he gives you again, this is like a little a drum. I mean a gem for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
So, all right, number one in the books, but number one on your hearts, Your Loving Flame. Yeah, and those of you that have been following the rankings, well, some of you like to call me album title Andy, which again in this case you'd be wrong for you people in TV land because I didn't put Driving Rain as number one, so one for me in that column. So yeah, Your Loving Flame is it's in the Beautiful Night, No More Lonely Nights category of McCartney ballads.
Cool.
That's where I would put it. And the whole, you could be the one to chase my blues away. So it's to me, its placement on the album is very interesting because throughout the album, as we talked about in ranking this, there's, he opens the album talking about I Try to Get Over You.
Right.
Magic, which, people, I will probably re-rank and put Magic higher because, it's good. But this song, it's like towards the end of the album, and now he's looking, optimistically at the future. So I kind of looking at it under those guises. I kind of like that a little bit more.
Right.
And again, I almost like that version that he did on Parkinson better.
Yes,
it was so understated
and stripped,
and very stripped down. So yeah, I might be plain Jane and like it and be predictable, but I like Your Loving Flame and this. And I wish I should have just grabbed the Driving Rain tour book, but I didn't. This was Wix's favorite song off the album. So if that kind of gives you a little insight about Wix and the things that he likes about McCartney, this was Wix's favorite song on the record.
Good. Yeah, Serge thinks that if you added The Whole Life, the song he did with Dave the Rhythmics guy. No. Stewart. Dave Stewart.
Oh, Dave Stewart.
Yeah. Which is a fine song.
Yeah.
And then Vanilla Sky, he thinks it would have elevated the album. The finished product, I think, of Whole Life, I think is pretty good. Once it got in the studio because that was recorded around this time as well.
Certainly was.
Life.
Yeah. But yeah, Your Loving Flame is my clear-cut favorite, and that's my Driving Rain ranked. So go, partner. What are you taking this home?
All right. I'm taking you home with Your Way. Right. Again, this was this changed to today. I didn't have this at number one.
You did change this, you little
my number one changed today after listening to the album again earlier today.
What was it?
Riding into Jaipur was my number one.
Okay, couldn't argue.
Because I just I love the song, but Your Way, I mean, listening to it 3, 4, 5 times again today I love the country and the feel of it, and it just really hit me earlier today, and it's just I like his singing, I like the playing on this, and it all just worked with me just today, and I just.
So you switched it up.
I switched it around, and it just felt right. It just felt right. Your Way being number one for me on this album.
Can't argue with that ranking. It's certainly up there.
You gave me love. You gave me what I wanted. You gave me Love Your Way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great ranking.
Your way is strong. Your way. I like the way he sings it.
It's like he was channeling that Sally G era again.
Yeah. Again. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great choice. Great choice at number one for sure. Tim Allen said this whole album feels like a funeral service to me. I'd rather listen to something a little sunnier. That's my problem with the album. That's a fair criticism.
Well, the next album won't be any sunnier. With chaos.
It's better.
It is better. True.
Yeah, it's better. Tony DeMaio, Andy, I'm shocked. Why? Because I had, maybe he's being, because you shouldn't be surprised if I had that number one. But yeah, the next album isn't any sunnier, but I think it is a little bit. it's a little bit more optimistic than this record, don't you think?
Maybe a little bit, but I mean, musically, I don't feel that. You know,
With Chaos.
yeah, Chaos. I don't feel it musically,
Yeah,
as being
especially
a
like
lighter,
with
you
how,
know.
what do you mean with How Kind of You and all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, especially, yeah, exactly. When we get to the lyrics on that album,
Yeah,
which obviously, I just think as soon as Chaos came out, it just was hailed as an instant classic. It was
yeah,
critically accepted, and it was accepted with the fans. Here he is. He's you know doing, like, it's almost like a Plastic Ono style kind of album in a
true,
way. Yeah.
true. But that's Driving Rain for you for the Tom and Andy show here. Um,
Yeah. There you go.
yeah, and I will re-listen to Rinse the Raindrops and see
Yeah.
see what we see what we see what we
Yeah.
think. But
So yeah, cool, right on. So yeah, that's our look at Driving Rain this weekend. Our new show is
yes,
gonna is really interesting. We're talking about projects that have been announced, kind of, and then and where are they? You know what I mean? So, like, McCartney talked about releasing a soundcheck album in 2019. What happened to that? So we kind of speculate on a few things. We had a lot of fun talking about these projects, in a way. There was also announced that they were going to have a career spanning documentary on Paul,
yep.
ending with the Glastonbury show from that was supposed to happen last year. So a lot of projects that have been announced, but have been put on the shelf for whatever reason. So check that out this Saturday, and the following week we got Chaos and Creation ranking the tracks, which will be either Tuesday or Wednesday night, just depends on our schedules. And then we're also going to be doing a show on Saturday with on Ubu Jubu with our good friend Ethan Alexanian. So be on the lookout for that. So Andy, anything else you want to add before we sign off?
Yeah. I'd like to talk about a new offshoot show that
There we go.
I'm doing with our friend Ethan Alexani, which some of you might have seen.
Right.
When we just comment right here, Tim. I have a sealed vinyl copy of Driving Rain will remain sealed. Keep that sucker sealed, Tim. Good
Yeah.
on you.
Yep.
Good on you. Yeah, we're doing an offshoot show together, he and I, called Anything But the Beatles. And we're going to talk about 10 or so, once a month, we're going to put out a show where we kind of discuss 10 shared albums of groups that we like, The Who, Yes,
Right.
Genesis. These are all bands that he and I like. And we're going to kind of kick it around. And the first one that we are going to do is going to be The Who Sell Out from 1967, because that's getting a super deluxe edition
Right.
on April 23rd. And that's going to be the first one that we do
Right.
together. And we haven't done it yet, but we just planned it out. And really looking forward to working with Ethan. He's a great kid, and has a big love of all kinds of music, just like I do and Tom does. So, and we're going to be working on that over the next few months. Nothing crazy, just one show a month to do that. So,
Yeah, cool. Look forward to that.
That's what I'm up to. So.
Excellent. Yeah, Serge, not a lot of bonus tracks, not our B-sides for this. Excuse me, for this album. So it's like, he had the 16 tracks and that was it. He ended up putting all 16 tracks on the album. On the CD, a lot of bands were doing that right now. They were taking advantage of all that space on the CDs. The two
Yep.
Guns N' Roses, the Use Your Illusion albums. I mean, those were almost packed. The Metallica albums during those years, those CDs were packed. So people were taking advantage of all that extra space and putting a lot more songs on there
to pad things out, because you had 80 minutes as opposed to what, 40, 45.
Yeah, exactly.
on a vinyl LP.
Right. Yep, exactly. So, all right. So that's it for tonight. Thank you all for joining us. And, we really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. We're getting close to that 600 number. So we just want to keep that going. And again, everybody out there, as always, have a great day and a beautiful night. Take care, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.